Boy, sometimes I wished I never would have got into watching news. You know, a long time ago, I used to didn't watch news. I didn't watch it. I mean, I went to work. I drove truck for a living and worked 12, 14-hour days, sometimes longer. Got home, just had time to eat and go to bed and get back up the next day to go back on another truck run. I've done that for so long. Didn't really pay attention to the news, a little bit, but not that much. But now, it's just, like a news hawk or something really into it. I just wished I never did because it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy, man. And it's just like now with the Democrats taking control of the House, and now the American peoples are saying American people want health coverage. They want health coverage for all. Health for everyone in the U.S., okay? Health for all, and that's what the Democrats want. Health for all. Okay, coverage for all, and that's what the people want in the U.S. That's the number one thing that the people want, right? Well, you have Medicaid, you have Medicare, and you have Obamacare. What the heck are they freaking talking about? They act like there's no one out there that has coverage, They don't have programs out there for coverage, okay? And people are just sick and passing away and dying out on the streets, and there's no coverage whatsoever, but they got 3 programs: Obamacare, Medicaid, Medicare, correct? As far as I know, they got 3 programs for health care for the poor. Okay, like Medicaid, it's for the poor. I think the cap on Medicaid, if I'm correct, I think the cap on Medicaid, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the cap on it, I think it's $40,000 a year. I think if you got a family, if you make under $40,000 and you got kids, I think you qualify for Medicaid. I think I'd have to go look it up. It's been a long, long time. I know you can work and have Medicaid. Okay, you're allowed to make so much before they cut you off. It's for the poor, all right. They have health coverage for the poor. I swear, man, I don't know what. Sometimes I just feel like swearing, man. You know what it is. It's a person when you're poor and you have no power. Okay, it's like me. I have no power. I have no power whatsoever. Poor person. Okay. And you see this stuff go on. You see this insanity go on, and it makes you feel so bad inside, and it makes you feel like you're going to go insane because all this stuff is going on. Nobody is challenging back to these idiots in power. I swear the last 10 years, Congress, and you had Obama, and now you got Trump. I swear the last 10 years has basically been about the same. It's the same fight. It's the same talking points that they use over and over again, saying the same things as they did 10 years ago, and they're still on health coverage. They're still on it, man, and there's 3 programs out there. The country has $22 trillion in debt. $22 trillion in debt. I think Medicaid and Medicare, I think it's around $1 trillion a year now to support them programs. I think it's $1 trillion a year, and they want to add more health coverage, I guess, for everybody. I mean, if you're rich, if you make $80,000 a year or $100,000 a year, you're fully covered by the government. So you got like 330 million people in the country, and they want free health care for everybody, I guess, right? And the country has $22 trillion in debt. They don't even address that. They don't even address it. It's like the 22 trillion in debt don't even exist. It's not even a problem. They're just going on their merry way. Like, yeah, the country's not in debt, and we got this bottomless pit full of gold, and we can just do anything we want. It drives me insane. And the people like with Bernie Sanders, okay, you take that Bernie guy, Bernie Sanders, I think the guy's a nut. That's what I think. I don't understand people, how they can follow somebody and they get all worked up over an old coot. The guy is 77 years old. Okay, Bernie Sanders is 77 years old, and there's a cult follow after that guy. I mean, they will follow the guy over the edge. Okay, he's 77 years old. I think the guy's a nut. That's what I think. And yes, I think he would have beat Trump. I really do. If they would have put Bernie Sanders against Donald Trump back in 2016, I think Sanders would have won. I really do. Hillary stole it from Bernie, okay, because she wanted to be president, but she lost because she couldn't beat Trump. But if she would have let Sanders run against him, Bernie would have won. They wouldn't have had Trump. They did themselves in because they went with Hillary. All right? But yeah, he would have won. Bernie would have won. And that says a lot about the U.S. and a lot of the population of the U.S. Here's a guy that's 77 years old. So if he would have run, he would have done it, and he would have been president. Right now, he'd be 77 years old as president, 2 years away for his second term, right? So he'd be 79. So if he would have won his second term, the guy would be over 80 years old. And people go with this crap. Unbelievable, man. It just... I don't know what it is with old people in power and why people support old... I mean, some of these people, man, you know, they got health issues, and a lot of them are just... They need help, okay, but people support them. People, I think they could be 99 years old and people still would vote for them and put them in office at 99. They could be crawling on the floor and they would still vote for him. Hey, look, it's Bernie Sanders. He's 99 years old. He's crawling on the floor. Yeah, we still want him. He wants health care for everybody, man. Unbelievable, man. It's just, you know, I feel like Job, you know, Job of the Bible. You know, if you know a little bit about the Bible, Job, back when God tested him, he had all the troubles he went through and all that. And how I understand it, Job of the Bible, he didn't want to be born, okay, because of this world and the pain and suffering he went through. He wished I was never born. And Job was, I mean, he was close to God, okay, but, you know, he went through all these troubles, all right, and, I feel like Joe, man. This stuff is just, who would sign up for it, man? I mean, if you're poor and you have no power, no nothing, and you're under all this crap daily, man, under all these fools that are in power, man, I would sign up for it. Man, I wish I could go to another planet or something, you know, where it's normal. Because this planet's not normal. It's nuts, man. I'm like Job. I wish I was never born. It's just terrible, man, to go through this stuff, to witness such idiots in power and such idiots that vote for them, put them in power and leave them in power for 30, 40 years. It's unbelievable.